Welcome to the Literary Criticism and Theory lesson on Marxist view of literature. In this lesson, you will learn about Marxism and literature and the society and history in Marxists' view. Imagine a tree where the roots represent the foundations of society, its economic conditions and class structures. The branches symbolize different literary movements and works, and the leaves are the myriad interpretations and critiques offered by readers and critics over time. This is the landscape of Marxism and literature, a vibrant field of study that examines how the material conditions of society influence and are reflected in literary works. At the base of our exploration is the concept of Marxism itself. Marxism is not just a political ideology, it's a lens through which we view the world, a theory that helps us understand the socio-economic forces shaping our society and, by extension, our literature. It tells us that our social realities, the very essence of our lives, are deeply entrenched in the economic systems we navigate. Founded by Karl Marx, Marxism challenges us to see beyond the surface, to understand that every piece of literature is a reflection of its time, deeply influenced by the prevailing economic conditions and class struggles. Literature, under this view, becomes a battleground where ideas reflecting these struggles are debated, celebrated, or critiqued. This leads us to an intriguing question: how exactly does the economic base of a society shape its literature? Imagine a scale where one side holds a feather pen, symbolizing literature, and the other, a gear, representing the economy. Marxism posits that the gear, the economy, exerts a significant weight, tilting the scale and influencing the direction in which the pen moves. Take, for instance, the Industrial Revolution in England. It didn't just transform the economic landscape, it reshaped society's very fabric, giving birth to new classes, new struggles, and, significantly, new literary themes. Authors like Charles Dickens didn't just write stories, they wrote about the big changes and problems between different social classes in their time. Marxism introduces us to the concept of base and superstructure. The economic base of a society, the relations and modes of production, inevitably shapes its superstructure, which includes literature, art, legal systems, and more. This relationship is dynamic. Literature not only reflects the economic base but also critiques and questions it, influencing societal change. Every writer, knowingly or unknowingly, grapples with the societal conditions of their time. Their work mirrors the class struggles, the aspirations, and the daily realities of the people. Through their narratives, they offer a window into the soul of their society, providing insights into the prevailing class dynamics and the human condition under specific economic systems. Let's delve deeper into the literature itself. Through the lens of Marxism, we encounter characters and narratives not just as isolated artistic creations but as embodiments of their economic realities. Characters in a novel, for instance, may represent different classes and their struggles, offering insights into the societal conflicts and dynamics of their time. This brings us to the role of Marxist literary criticism. Critics employing this approach do not merely evaluate a work's artistic merit, they excavate deeper, revealing how literary works comment on, respond to, and are shaped by the economic structures and class struggles of their time. They ask, what does this piece say about the distribution of power and wealth? Whose interests does it serve? How does it reflect or challenge the status quo? Throughout history, big changes in society and the economy have led to big changes in literature. For example, the French Revolution, with its ideas of freedom, equality, and brotherhood, and the Industrial Revolution, which highlighted class differences and the harshness of industrial life, have both greatly impacted the themes and styles of stories written during those times. These events shaped how stories were told and what they were about. At the heart of Marxist theory lies the dialectical method, a way of understanding social phenomena through the lens of conflict and contradiction. This method suggests that societal progress is achieved through the resolution of conflicts between opposing forces. In literature, this translates to an exploration of themes that challenge and critique existing power dynamics, pushing for social change. Marxist literary criticism thus sets itself apart from other forms of criticism by focusing on the economic and class dimensions underlying literary works. It does not isolate literature from its societal context but rather situates it within the broader socio-economic forces, enabling a more profound understanding of both literature and society. Marxism posits that history is not a series of accidental events but a man-made panorama of struggle and change. Each era is defined by human actions, molded by their desires, aspirations, and collective will. Unlike external forces, it is the endeavors of actual people, engaged in the act of living, struggling, and thinking, that sculpt the course of human life. Let's differentiate between society and history. While society refers to the web of relationships and structures at a given moment, history stretches this perspective across time, linking past actions to the present and future. Marx emphasized that the essence of this linkage is class struggle, a relentless engine driving societal changes. Society, in its immediacy, might seem static, unable to account for potential growth or historical depth. Yet, Marxism encourages us to look beyond the present, to understand how past struggles shape our current social fabric and open pathways for future change. Interpreting society through a Marxist lens requires a steadfast viewpoint. The world is divided into dominant and dominated classes, locked in a perpetual critique and struggle. This division reflects the broader social reality, where the bias of the times favors the industrial working class, or proletariat, capable of instigating societal change. Our social reality is a composite of our economic, political, and ideological cultural surroundings. Rules and constraints shape our lives, but within these bounds, we also find spaces of agency and choice, though often limited by material conditions. At the heart of our social fabric is the mode of production, a complex activity binding us all. Whether through factories producing daily goods or agricultural activities feeding the industries, these activities are pivotal yet often overlooked aspects of our society. Marx identified the mode of production as the cornerstone of societal organization. Production not only defines human existence but also shapes human relationships through the division between employers and employees, a division that forms the basis of our social structures. These relationships, termed relations of production, categorize society into owners of production means and the workers. This division underpins the capitalist system, perpetuating a cycle of exploitation and class struggle. The mode of production predates us and sets the stage for our lives, imposing conditions that, while challenging, are not immutable. Marxism asserts the power of human agency in challenging and changing these conditions, emphasizing that our surroundings are both a constraint and a platform for action. Revolution, in the Marxist sense, is not just about conflict, it's about transformative change driven by the clash between the owning and working classes. This struggle propels society forward, constantly redefining the boundaries of what is possible. Let's bridge society with literature. Literature, seen as a mirror to society, reflects the prevailing moral and spiritual issues. Yet, Marxism challenges us to see beyond mere reflection, to understand literature as a product of its societal conditions, shaped by the struggles and aspirations of its time. Marxism offers us a lens to view society as a dynamic, historically rooted structure, marked by the struggle for justice and equality. It beckons us to see beyond the immediate, to the possibilities of change and reorganization towards a more equitable society. And with those final words, we conclude this lesson. For additional information on this lesson, please look at the content below the video in the online course. To get a list of the important questions and their answers for this lesson, please refer to the guidebook by our publications provided to you with this course for free. It shows you a list of all the questions that have the highest chance of coming in your next exams based on research carried out on previous year question papers. All the best, and I'll see you in the next lesson.